Hi, hello. Yes, I am alive. Thank you for wondering. I hope y'all are doing fine. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. It's been a while, and I am excited to be back on filming again. So let's start this video. This video is going to be a chaotic explanation of why I love the Throne of Glass series so much. After this video, if you don't buy this book, I am going to be really mad and I'm going to ban you from all my next videos. So for my sake, you better go grab that book. I am nothing without you, man. Right now, I'm currently on the third book, which is Hair of Fire. This book is not going to be specific about this one because I wrote the script before I started that book, but guess what? I'm on 75% of it already. And I still love it and I still agree with everything that I said on the script. Thanks to my boyfriend who gave me this version, which is completely different from every other book that I have. Oh god. Thank you, babe, nonetheless. Oh shit. First of all, I should say that the first book that I read from this author, which is Sarahjmaas, was not Throne of Glass, was A Court of Thorns and Roses. Just by reading two of her series, I only read three of that series and I'm on the third one of Throne of Glass. I can see that her writing style is really good. Even though she's a fantasy writer and she focuses a lot on elves and stuff like that, she can make different stories. The world building, in my opinion, it's different on both of them. Even though we have fairies, we have magic creatures, she can still create two very different stories, in my opinion. I don't think that the books have a lot in common, and that is a good indicator that she is a good writer, and it makes me excited to read more of her work. So yay, Sarahjmaas. Good for you and good for me. Now, let's start rambling about A Throne of Glass. The first reason why I love this book so much is because our main character, which is Selena, which is actually not Selena, she will have three different names. Selena is strong since the beginning. And since the beginning, I'm talking about Throne of Glass. Let's not forget that we have a prequel, which is The Assassin's Blade, which I'm counting on being her training to get on where she is. But we actually know that she is very strong since the beginning. She is the strongest assassin in her town, in her city, and she is the biggest threat to the king, which is a very shitty person. Now, why is the fact that Selena is super strong since the beginning is so important to me? And why is this such a big deal for me? I'm gonna tell you. Every single fantasy book that I read that had a female leader, which is all of them, I think, they were super weak. They started super weak. In a couple of blinks, they become super strong. They are the strongest woman to be alive for the past 500 years. I don't like that. I don't like that. At least make the training feel like she actually learned something, like she improved through training. It's not like just, oh, she had an awakening and suddenly she is the strongest girl ever, or in 2 weeks she became super strong just because she found her mate and yay. I don't know. It just doesn't feel real. I know that we are talking about fantasy, but it doesn't feel real. The fact that Selena is already strong since the beginning, which of course then I know she had to get there somehow, but I like the fact that this book already started with her being a deadly weapon. It is different from what we are used to, and I love that concept. And I can give you a good contrary example. I have very contrary thoughts on Violet. She was the weakest ever. She was not born to be a writer. She hit her toe on a side table and she was 2 weeks in the hospital to just recover from that. The fact that she, from I don't remember if it was a week or something like that, but she decided to go for the writer trials, and in a couple of days she managed to go through the tests to actually go to the School of Writers, in contrast to people that have been training since they were like 3 years old and couldn't go through the bridge. How the fuck is someone that have never trained to be a writer, that have never trained to go through the first test, and is super weak, like she breaks bones like this, she is constantly sick? How the hell can she in a couple of days just manage to get everything that she can to be a writer, you know? I don't get it. I don't get it. You cannot hit your toe and be hospitalized for 2 days and then just be one of the best people to go through the first writer test. That's what I wanted to say. Moving on to the second reason why I love this series so much. In contrast to A Court of Thorns and Roses, these books, so far, I'm on a third one, almost finishing, doesn't have smut. What the heck? I am 26. I'm not going to say that I don't like smut. I do like it. But I want a story. I want a good story, and I don't want it to be just focused on mate. The Court of Thorns and Roses was really good, in my opinion. The first two books were perfect, and they had smut, and I liked it. But I don't like the book to be all around that. And the third book of the series, A Court of Thorns and Roses, was killing me. I wasn't able to finish it because they were just banging everywhere. It was impossible for me to continue. At that point, the book was just about them, and they had a war to fight. So wake up. I know that you have needs, but I also have needs of a good book, of a good fight. And I'm not bashing Sarahjmaas. I'm not doing that. I like her books, as we are talking about one that I really love. It doesn't have a lot of smut. Like, yes, she has some love interests. But surprisingly, it is not the main plot of the books so far. It is not the main plot of three of the books. Like, yes, she thinks about them. Yes, she wants to be with them. But honestly, I don't think that there is a passage, or if there is, it is very small, of them literally banging. It is very much up to interpretation. There is no serious description of what is happening when it comes to that. And I like it. Third reason is Selena is not perfect. She is super flawed. I still like her as a character, I still like her as a woman, I still like her as an elf. She is obviously not the only character that has flaws. We can take a look at Violet Sarangel. In my opinion, she is a very flawed character, even though some of you might not agree with that, but I think that she's a brat. I don't like it that much. Sarahjmaas was able to write a character with some pretty deplorable decisions and actions. At the end of the day, she's an assassin and she is blinded by that sometimes. But I can still see good in her, you know? I can still like her, I can still feel her pain, and because of that, I can accept what she did. But with Violet, she is just. I'm sorry, you're going to hate me actually, but she's just annoying. She's annoying. I liked Fourth Wing, but it was not because of Violet. I can assure you that. I am rooting more for Zayden than for her. She is a killer at heart. Because of that, sometimes she's blinded by it and she does things that should not be the first course of action that she should take. She is afraid. Even though she's an assassin, even though she's the best, like they say, she is very much afraid. And because of this, it takes her some time to advance on the plot of the story. For example, to go on with the request that Aelin made and the request that Nehemia made. And the last example that I'm going to give you is that Selena is futile. She hides behind trinkets, she hides behind dresses. This is because she cannot deal with what is happening, and that is a very normal reaction of a human being. Yes, she's an assassin. Yes, she's great. But she's still human. She's a fae, but she's trapped in her human body. But yeah, this is a very human reaction to have. And that makes us like the character more, because if we were in her shoes, we would probably do the same. Selena's story is slowly being unraveled. Yes, you will know soon enough why she became an assassin. Yes, you will know soon enough that she is a very important person to the Fae realm. And yes, you will know how she got there, but Sarah gives us small hints throughout the books. This book doesn't give you all the answers. This book doesn't give you all the answers. This book doesn't give you all the answers. This book will probably give you a lot of answers, but yet not all of them. And it is wonderful how Sarah is able to write her story throughout several books, and I still want to read more. Sometimes we just want to know, as fast as possible. But within these books, I am enjoying the slow burn of knowing how she got there, whatever happened to her. Sarah makes you love every single character of this book. I didn't know if I liked the prince, I didn't know if I liked Chael, I didn't know if I liked Rowan, but as the story advanced, I ended up loving all of them. Even Manoon, I'm pretty sure that I'm not saying that right. Even Manoon, which I yet don't know her full story, which I yet don't know how they are going to fight on this book, because I haven't got to the end of it yet, and it's probably going to be the beginning of the next book. But yes, even Manoon, which is a witch. We aren't supposed to like witches on this book. They are really bad. I am rooting for her. Sarah, congratulations. You made me like the right characters and hate the wrong ones. I know that this is basic for a writer, But we have been seeing a lot of books where they cannot do this. And once again, I'm going to give Violet's example because I don't quite like her. I don't hate her, but I don't like her, you know? I wish I could see the story from Zayden's side. But yeah, basically, Sarah writes the characters, makes us love the characters that we are supposed to love, you know? This is a reason that I'm very sad to talk about, but it is a good reason nonetheless. Sarah isn't afraid of killing characters for the sake of the plot. And I am very sad about this when it comes to Nehemia. I love that friendship. And their friendship was so sweet, so good, so powerful and important to Selena. And the fact that Nehemia got killed, it killed my heart as it killed Selena's. I think that Nehemia is not going to be the only one that's going to be killed for the plot, but the fact that it's such a beloved character and an important one, you know. Nehemia was a queen, princess on this case, but Nehemia was super important, and the fact that she got killed for Selena to push forward and to actually do something to help free the slaves and to kill the king and whatever, so it hurt. It hurt very much. And now, the last why I love this series so much and why you should read it now, it's the slow burn. I know that I've talked about this when it comes to Selena's story, but this story is filled with plots and subplots, and you can see it through different character views. It is never just the same thing, it is never just fight, fight, fight. No, we get to know the characters because it is a slow burn. It is the right amount of slow. Now, on the third book, for example, I am seeing a lot of Chow and the prince's story too, and I am enjoying it, you know. Oh, thank you, Lucky. Other than that, the characters take time to make decisions, and this affects the plot. It's not that they're just trying to figure out what to do, they're just living their lives. And the king is not going to do anything unless they decide to go against him. No, no. Them taking time to make their choices, them taking time to train, to warn, to give up, have consequences. And I love that. So yes, we got to the end of the video, and in conclusion, what I wanted to say basically is read at least the first book. Read Throne of Glass and tell me what you think of it in the comments down below. If you already read it, tell me also what you think in the comments down below. I hope you liked these rants, and if you want me to review other book, like for example Fourth Wing, just tell me down in the comments below. I hope you liked it and have a great day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment something down below. Right now, I do have a little bit more time to film, so guess who's probably going to be back on YouTube. Thank you for watching, and bye!